I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the Moment Everything 28-liter backpack, which I've been testing for 3 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So this backpack features a nice sleek aesthetic, very minimal branding. The material is made out of a 420D nylon fabric with a micro ripstop, and it features 2-layer of waterproofing. So the material itself feels pretty flexible. It does have a very nice structured back frame, so it's a little rigid, and the only issue that I ever really had with it is because of the structured back frame and the flexible material, it doesn't like to stand up really. So that's probably the biggest issue that I had with it. It does feature grab handles on both sides here, and then underneath this water bottle pocket, and then on the top. They're not the most comfortable, but I imagine that's just for quick and easy loading. The zippers are YKK, and they have a nice pull to them, and the front zippers have this little flap to protect them from all of the elements, whereas the back zippers have a nice protective coating to help make sure no water gets in or out. And then on the outside, there's a nice water bottle pocket here that fits up to a 1-liter Nalgene bottle, and when not in use, it does sit pretty close to the backpack as well. So moving on to the harness system, it does feature these nice S-shaped shoulder straps. They're a little thin, but they are nicely padded, so to help ease if you have like a lot of gear inside the backpack. It also features a adjustable sternum strap on a rail on both sides, which is nice for adjusting it on the fly to make sure that it's comfortable. I will say that these are technically removable, so if you want to, you can. Just be careful, because I had quite the time trying to get them back on. But other than that, they work really nice, and they feature strap keepers on this as well, which is really cool to make sure that nothing's dangling around. The back panel is nice and stiff to help protect. The laptop compartment is on the other side, and this features a nice contoured air channel, which helps with breathability when it is on your back. The whole back frame is pretty solid and is very rigid, so never really felt like it was going to like bend or break or anything like that, which I'd be concerned about with my laptop. And then that's pretty much it. There are no external attachment points on the straps or on the backpack though, so just something to keep in mind. So this is how it fits on my body. These are the S-shaped shoulder straps. They're pretty comfortable. I will say one issue that I had is just because of the way that I like to wear it, I would notice that my arm kind of scrapes up against the strap a little bit, which was not super comfortable. So this is how it looks. It feels very solid, especially this back plate here, and I can definitely feel the padding with the contoured air channel as well. I do like the shoulders or the sternum straps just because they kind of help bring these in a little bit. That way it kind of avoids that issue that I mentioned earlier with my arm swinging back and forth when I was walking around. For the most part, it's pretty comfortable. It's really good. Okay, so getting into the interior pockets of the bag, there is this front compartment that features like a nice gray interior for contrast, which is really nice. This whole pocket basically opens up and is like spans the entirety of the bag, and inside of this pocket there's a additional interior pocket. They all feature YKK zippers, which are really nice. And as I mentioned before, this pocket also has like the nice flap on it, which helps protect it from the weather. Another thing that I really like about it is from afar, it kind of makes it seem just like one flat surface, so that it's like just not even there. And you don't know to look for it unless you know that it's there. On the interior, it does have a nice leash. It's not the easiest to use just because it's kind of it's just like nylon. It doesn't stretch or anything, so it is nice because it keeps your keys contained. And on the inside, another pocket that goes all the way, so the entirety of the bag basically. These pockets are nice. I really like them. I wish there was a little bit more organization, just because putting items in here, it kind of tends to just get jumbled up, and it's very easy to like lose things sometimes, just because like if there's a lot of items inside of this pocket. I will say though that because of the vertical zipper, when you have the backpack on, swinging it over to one side and getting into it makes it like a lot easier to like access the compartment, which I found very helpful. On the back is a dedicated passport pocket. It is RFID protected, which is nice. It fits standard passport. You can store a wallet in there. I will say that it is technically behind the padding, so this whole pocket is a little rigid and stiff, so I don't think you'll be able to get anything that isn't like fairly flat in here. Just something to keep in mind. And then on the back is the laptop compartment with this more YKK zippers and this nice protective coating to make sure that it is sealed and weatherproof. So when you unzip it here, you can see I have a 16-inch laptop right here, which is nice. It is lifted, which is nice, so that it doesn't hit the floor when you drop it. And then on the inside, I also have like just notebook. These pockets are nice. I will say that it is not super stretchy, which I did kind of have a little bit of an issue getting my laptop in and out, but that isn't necessarily a bad thing. To me, it makes sure that it stays where it's supposed to be, so that's nice. And then on the opposite side, there are two slip pockets, and I just have my AirPods here, and then it has two spots for a pen, or I use my Air Pencil stylus or whatever. These pockets also are technically mesh, you can kind of see, but they're not very stretchy, and the material around the like outside is not intended to like adhere to the bag or anything like that. So I didn't have any issues with like my AirPods falling out or anything that I put in falling out while like I was wearing the bag, but just something to keep in mind. So moving on to the main compartment, you can access and load it two different ways. The first is on the front. There's a dual zipper right here underneath this flap, which helps protect it from the weather. One side comes down to the water bottle pocket, and the other comes all the way down here. And then it just kind of opens up like that. And I just have a jacket and a couple packing cubes in here. Exposes like a nice wide cavern so that you can pack it pretty easily. The other method is on the back, and it has this protective coating as well, which has that waterproof coating. And then this one opens up all the way clamshell style, like this. I will say that one issue that I had was when it's completely empty, this back rigid panel kind of falls in on itself, just because of how flexible the material on the front is. So just something to keep in mind right there. But when there's like actual like packing cubes inside of it, it more or less holds its frame, so it's not that big of a deal. Also on the inside are 3 mesh pockets, 2 on the back, and then 1 right here. I just have a hard drive in here. They're fairly flexible and stretchy, so that's nice. I prefer to use packing cubes, so I just kind of throw all my stuff in and let that be like that. Another thing that I really liked about this backpack is how when wearing it, you can unzip any of the zippers basically while it's on your back. You just kind of rotate it around and you can get into the main compartment. So if you wanted to grab like your toiletry kit or like a tech pouch, I use that a lot. It means you don't have to take the backpack entirely off to get into it. So one of the things that I really liked about it. And then last, on the inside, there are these attachment points, which you can use with Moment's camera cubes. I don't have those here with me right now, but you can attach their camera cubes to the inside and turn this into a dedicated backpack, or camera backpack, which I thought was pretty cool. So there you have it, the Moment Everything 28-liter backpack. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.